I need to be honest. Quantum MindFlow was something that came to me like 6 months ago because I wanted to expand the more spiritual side. Not that I'm not spiritual, but I usually don't incorporate that in my mind-bending stuff and all the other stuff, even though there's kind of like a scent, an idea of spirituality in it. Like superconscious, what is that, right? I don't care about subconscious or conscious, I care about superconscious and those levels beyond. And I had this idea of what I wanted to put together in regards of live up to my tradition, which is always throw out a random topic for hypnothoughts and then in the very end, hopefully come up with something that's fun. Right? So, you know, spending almost a month prior to the conference, have nothing to do, just prepping. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to look at that tomorrow. I'm going to look at that tomorrow. And then I flew in Sunday. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to spend all Monday doing that. And then, you know, pre-conference, 3 days, train the trainer, and then pool party. And then last night, I'm like, hey, I'm doing this tomorrow. Right? So I had all my notes, I had all my stuff, and I'm like, I do what I always do. That is, leave it up to whatever comes to me on the day based on all my research, my notes, and all of that. Then I got an idea. When I fell asleep last night, you probably saw me at the event, but usually I kind of like sneak out because I need my rest, right? I want to be pro in the morning. I want to be able to perform and do everything I'm supposed to do. So I went into what I believe is my quantum field of reality. And I'm like, give me the ideas with everything that I know in a structure that makes sense. And then I woke up at 4, I'm like, I fucking got it. Now I know what the cyclist is, I know how to do it, I know how to implement perceptual positions in it, add the spirituality, the next realm, and put it together in a way. So hopefully this will be something completely different from regular hypnotherapy where we go, hey, do you have a problem? Let's fix it. This needs to be something different. Because everybody talks about problem solving, right? Which I will be doing at 2:30 p.m., how to nail any problem instantly. So if, you know, you're hereby invited. But I just wanted to add this extra dimension to it. So Quantum MindFlow started out being playful, which I think everything should be, even though we have a very serious job and people suffer and people need help. We have to make this playful. You know, the easiest way to a change if somebody is depressed or feeling down is a freaking smile, right? That changes the neurology, it changes the hormones, the chemicals in the body, and it has a direct, instantly response. This is the same thing. I wanted to create something that actually gave people a way of start to mastering their own life, right? Without having to go through a 6-month program or 2-year life-changing program or whatever. What if you could do this on your own by basically accepting who you are? I have a couple of principles when I'm teaching hypnotherapy in general. I usually tell my students, like, you know, don't worry. Don't worry about the people's problems, because whatever you think it is, it's not that. Even the client's perception of the problem, that's not even what it is. So why should you concern at all, right? Why should you prep a session with something that's not even real? You will be wrong anyway, right? So, and despite of whatever you think it is and how complicated you may think it is, I think it comes down to a very simplified platform of understanding who we are to solve a problem. Number 1, do you have self-love? Yes or no? Right? Yeah. It's not a question, I'm just playing with the ideas now. Yes, I do, yeah. Don't worry, you won't be expelled if you don't, right? Next thing, do you have self-respect? Do you actually do the things you need to do to thrive? Do you? That's the next question. Third question is, do you actually own up to your own responsibility? I'm not talking about, you know, taking everybody else's. I'm talking about taking only yours. I would say if a client will say yes in all categories, they probably don't need a therapist. They're thriving right now. So I don't care if you come from A, B, C, or whatever as a problem category, being a client. I just want to, you know, do these checks. Do you actually check mark all boxes? Yes or no? And the fix is making sure this will happen. The quantum mind flow is a little bit different. I'm adding two things to it. One of them is connection. One of them is connection. I'm going to talk about the other one, what that is. Connection is knowing who you are on a much higher level. I'm not sure if you know about the 4 learning stages. Does anyone know what that is? Unconscious incompetent, conscious incompetent, and then conscious competent, or incompetent, then conscious competent. That's the 4 stages. 4 stages of learning.
4 stages of learning?
Yes, but there's actually a 5th. You all know the flow idea, right? When you're in the zone. All those moments, it could be anything from actually just emptying the dishwasher where you're thinking about something that makes you smile, but you just do everything automatically. That's the most daily life situation I could come up with right now. Another one would be when you do something that you're really passionate about, really freaking passionate about. Time and space stops existing right there, right? And you're able to do so many things at once because you're in your most utter flow, correct?
Yeah.
What if we could trigger that effect consciously? So what if there's a 5th stage of learning called conscious, unconscious, competent? What if we could add that to it? I believe we can.
You said conscious.
Conscious, unconscious, competent. Because when you're unconscious competent, that's where you just do things without even thinking about it. Like driving a car, like walking, you know? I usually tell some of my clients like, hey, you probably know how to walk. Stand up, start moving, and that's it. I'm going to teach you a new way of walking. But if you actually paid attention to how you were walking, and if you claim you're fully conscious about it, I need to know a couple of things. One, which muscles are you actually making tense? Which one are you relaxing? What ligaments are you using? How do you project the idea from your brain into your body? And how does the nervous system react? Because if you claim you do that consciously, tell me the entire procedure. And everybody gives up in a second because they can't. So you do that unconsciously, don't you? You make a decision, and when it fits, your body stands up and does the job. But I would say in 49 out of 50 occasions, it does it automatically even without you making a decision about it. You just do it because you're somewhere different in your mind. Your conscious is trying to project some things within the room, and the body just knows, hey, I need to be over there in 5 minutes. And it just does it. So everything I'm going to teach you guys today, I actually thought about doing just a full demo of that part that I call the Quantum MindFlow experience. And you can take all the notes you want. And how many people seen me before doing a talk? Oh, thank you. It means you probably felt all right last time. Right? Good. You also know I'm kind of generous, so I want to give you everything that we do. Both if you want the video and an entire PDF sheet, you can just use that QR code and you get it. If you don't want my mails, just unsubscribe, and it's free, okay? Because I'm doing it free anyway, so you might as well just get it. So I want to demo this, but I want to talk about a couple of the things as we do because I believe there's some stages we have to go through. One of the most important stages would be like embracing our own inner child. I just trained a trainer on a trauma specialist protocol called TCT, where it's all about teaching the child all the resources you actually have without knowing, and then mutually growing up again and again and again until the moment where everything that used to be a trauma is now just a list of resources, and it's being fixed within your neurology automatically, and your body reacts to it without even remembering what happened. Why? Because that's possible. We don't have to do that consciously, right? We don't have to tap into it to be able to do it because we already know, right? How many of you have resources you haven't realized yet? Everyone. Yes, good. Okay, just so we're on the same page. So I would say this, because I have to pay attention to time. I only got the 50-minute, is it 50 minutes? Oh, damn it. Okay. Anyway, I want you guys to look inwards and search your soul right now. And I want you to figure out, because there's 2 things that's going to happen now. One person will get the immediate experience. The rest of you can join the journey consciously subconsciously, and superconsciously. So you might follow along on the side, and you might just, take your notes, and you might wake up tomorrow realizing you just had the experience, right? So that would be my gift to you guys. But as you look inwards, how many of you feel like it would be profound experience for you to finally let go? And I would actually want someone who knows that some shit happened in the past and you feel like right now, even without you woke up today and knew that something was supposed to happen, but I want you to realize that right now, your superconscious and your body goes like, it's time. How many of you are left with that description? Who wants an experience? Oh, wow, boom, boom, boom. But you know, right? Yes. Here we go. I'm going to do a very quick induction, and I'm just going to explain something to you. It would be so nice if I made the induction of, flying through the air on the back of a dragon, go see your spirit guide, stand on a mountain and swim with the dolphins and go to the hut on the beach and all of that. It would be fucking awesome, but that's just a relaxing journey. But let me tell you something about inductions. They are not about relaxation. Relaxation is a natural product of trance. And trance is supposed to be in the most optimized way that works for the client. So there's only one induction that works in my world that is actually bringing out a memory that she knows already that is hers. And I'm going to ask her questions, deepening questions that activates all the senses because it's already part of her. I don't even have to know anything. I'm just asking questions. So she will be optimizing herself before I step into the entire protocol. Would that be okay with you guys? All right. So let's do that. So every answer that you come up with, just say it loud and clear. Yep. So the mic picks it up and all of that. And I'll just guide you all the way. Close your eyes to begin with. Before we do anything that has to do with hypnosis, just close your eyes for a brief moment. I tricked you. It's going to happen, right? What I want you to do right now is think about a moment from the past that pops up right now that has to do with you feeling fully connected or even just passionate about something that really means something to you. And if you can go as far back as possible, because sometimes those brief moments from childhood where we had innocence and just, we just wanted life the way it was, like every morning we woke up like, wow, I'm alive, this is awesome. Those kind of moments, whatever pops up, something with passion and connection. What is the first thing that pops up? Just using your own words.
Being chosen by the entire class in grade 2 to play Goldilocks.
Wow. So how did that make you feel?
Like a star.
Like a star. And pay attention to my language. And as you feel like a star right now, what else do you notice?
I'm feeling a little jittery around the mouth.
Jittery. Because you know something is about to happen, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's perfect. And as you do right now, as you feel jittery and you feel like the star and you know that you're the chosen one, what kind of image expands that entire emotion and feeling as you are right now? The state you're in, what kind of image? It could be a symbol, it could be a color, it could be something from the experience, but an image that expands all of it. What would that be?
Seeing a great, like a sun.
Like a sun. Perfect. What kind of sound makes the sun so much more detailed, so much more powerful? So you are the star, you're the chosen one, and that's why you feel all jittery.
It's an angelic chorus.
Angelic chorus. What kind of physiological location within your body right now do you know feels like it's already changing because it knows? So you can hear that angelic chorus so much more louder, and you can hear all those tones and nuances. You see the sun getting even closer and all jittery because you're the chosen one, because you're a star. Where's that location right now?
My throat.
Throat.
My jaw.
Perfect. And just allow that to happen and just nod your head when you know you're in the perfect trance needed for your transformation right now. Perfect. Good. Stay with that for a little bit. That's the induction. She's optimized. She's ready. Okay? All right. And allow me to actually look at my notes so I'm giving you all the best, right? First of all, let me know your name.
Norma.
Norma. Thank you, Norma. I want you right now to step into kind of like a circle of light where acceptance is everything there is. Despite of everything that has happened in your entire life, without even tapping into all of those details, just step into utter acceptance, knowing who you are in this very moment. And just feel that go through every cell, every part of you, every frequency, pure acceptance. And just feel that expanding right now. And when you know you're all acceptance, let me know. You're doing so fine. Yeah. That feels amazing, doesn't it? Yeah, I know. I know. That's the kind of star you're going to be today. You chose it. Do you accept it?
Yes.
Yes, you do. So as you're in this acceptance right now, how does that make you feel? What is that new thing that pops up? What is that thing you know about yourself that you didn't know minutes before that you know right now as you accept everything that you are despite of everything that has happened?
I'm a goddess.
You are a goddess. Can we agree on the fact that when you say goddess, that goes beyond anything that has to do with religion? Mm-hmm. You're the goddess of your life. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And whatever it means beyond that, you already know. Can we agree on the fact as well, it's more like it's a state and frequency more than a word?
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. Allow that to sink in even more and imagine that entire bubble feeling like it's complete right now before we take the next step. Just stay within that and bring it all with you. Next step will be stepping straight into another bubble that is called self-love. Undisputed self-love. But there's a couple of things I want you to notice. It's not just you, Norma. It's little Norma as well. The little teeny tiny girl sits in the bubble already, and you know that, hey, she knows what's waiting for her in life. And if we asked her right now on a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is like, bring it, she would say 0. And the adult you, despite of everything that had happened with the acceptance you have, you might be a little bit more confident. You might go, well, it could be a 4, but she's not you and you're not her. You used to be, but she's scared of the future as it is because she doesn't know what you know. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. But step into that bubble with her right now. Embrace her with everything you have, which is acceptance. Pick her up, hold her close, and blend all your beliefs, your dreams, your wishing or wishes, and the love for oneself. And you know she knows to hear something, right? There's something she urges, and that is to know that she's loved, to know that she's cared for, the same longing you have. But I want you to whisper that into her ear. And as you do that, with self-love, the oneness, and the acceptance, just merge everything together right now. And feel all the energy expanding. Just like that. And you know there's a space for her up there in the back of your mind. And you're so strong right now that at any time you want to, you can stand up and you can say, no, I'm not doing that. Or you can go like, hey, I want that because, hey, I know what I want and I'm getting it. And sometimes you will hear her laughter in the background. You know why? Because it's time to not give a shit about the world. Yes, it's all about just sit down on the floor and start to play and have fun and enjoy the moment. She knows. So when she's laughing, you know what time it is. And you know what? It's only about you. We don't care about the other people. Unless they care about us, then they can be together with us. Make sense? Right. So when you know you're fully connected, fully merged, and you have this deal going on that you're one self, you're the self-love, and you're the acceptance, let me know. Perfect. What are those new things that you notice within yourself besides you being a goddess? What is that new realm? What is that new expansion? What is that new dimension that shows up right there and you just feel it?
Freedom.
Freedom. Can we agree on the fact that the freedom you just mentioned has nothing to do with the word freedom 10 minutes ago if I wanted you to explain what freedom meant to you back then? Now freedom is everything and beyond, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Acceptance, self-love, being a goddess, that's freedom. You're doing such a great job, Norma. Perfect. I know you're passionate. I know that there's a passionate drive within you. So there's a third bubble, pure passion. Everything that makes you feel like, wow. The intimacy, the sexuality, the love for life, the embrace, the physical touch, you recognizing yourself, you looking into the mirror going like, I love you. And the passion that makes you thrive every day because I want this life. You know that passion, right? It's deep, deep, deep in there. It's right in there. This passion is about future success. Even more freedom. It's about your motivation, all relationships, your strength, all the possibilities that you can see now with or without glasses. Open eyes or closed eyes, it's right there in front of you. You just know. So when you notice that passion suddenly emerging within your body, I want you to step even more into it with your mind. I want you to connect with that consciously, subconsciously, and superconsciously. Knowing that you are made of that passion, but you forgot about it until this very moment. You cannot be breathing unless you have passion. You thought you lost it. You thought you didn't have it. But you're it. When you know that's your passion, deep, deep, deep down in everything that's you, physically, energetically, let me know. Perfect. Awesome. I don't think you realize how good a job you're doing right now. So brave, doing all of this in front of so many people, but I know every people shows you love right now. And that's energy. They're with you, individually and as a group. They're here for you. But you know what? What you don't know is you are here for them. Who would have thought that? That you woke up this morning and knowing that you will give 60, 70 people an experience they will be talking about for days with inspiration. How do you feel now? Besides being the goddess, with all of your freedom, what is that new thing that emerges right now? Knowing what you know, feeling what you feel.
Magnanimous.
Sorry?
Magnanimous.
Magnanimous. Magnanimous. Allow that to be all of you. Every cell, every part, every piece of energy, every frequency, every thought, every muscle, every breath. Magnanimous, freedom, goddess. That's you. But we're not done yet. We still have things to do. That's going to be so fun. That's a journey, isn't it? You might have a feeling, you might know it somewhere deep inside, but we're going to do it now. I want you to step into a fourth bubble, all about self-respect. All about self-respect. We all know, you all know, I know, those thoughts you had on many occasions about you, lack of faith or whatever it was, things you kind of like went like, well, I have to do this, and then maybe I'll catch the next bus, kind of. You know that idea, right? But I'm talking about the real self-respect. What Norma wants. how she changes her life every day. Complete and full self-respect. All the wisdom that you bring with you, maybe from multiple lives, if that's part of your reality, through your DNA, through your human journey as a soul, and your soul journey as a human right now. That self-respect is right now taking over everything that is you, automatically. To a deep connection on all levels and all dimensions of knowing who you really are. Spiritually, like the human, like the teeny tiny girl, like the partner, maybe even mom, friend, all levels, Norma, all of them. Even the level of some stranger in India right now, just to mention something random, may never have thought about you, but now they do. But you will have that self-respect. It's all about you. Let me know when you feel self-respect all over, inside and on the outside, even recognizing if you could project yourself to the tip of the Strat Tower, that's even self-respect. When you know it and feel it, let me know. Yeah. See how easy that was? What is that new thing that emerges right now? Power, magnanimous, power, freedom, goddess. Are those words that you know, the last time you went to Smith's or Walmart, you stood by the cashiers, you went like, hey, I'm a goddess, I have freedom, I'm magnanimous, I got power. Did you? Did you ever use all four words in the same sentence?
No.
But you know this is all you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? We're not done yet. We still got stuff to do. You thought we were done. No, now it's all about connection. All levels on the cell plane. Step into the next bubble. So you kind of like complete a full circle now. Step into that bubble. All levels on the cell plane, understanding everything that is matter. Connect with that right now. Everything that is matter. Just connect with it. Feel that go through you and you going through it, because you know it's not about you and everything else. It's all about the space in between. That is what makes you, you. The space. Go on all levels of energy. Understanding superconsciously the frequencies in everything. You might see a chair, you might just know the frequency. Is it there? Is it not? Doesn't matter. You're connected. Imagine how you see the world differently now. Knowing that it's real and it's not at the same time. The all-being presence of oneness. The God frequency within you, or the goddess frequency within you. When you feel that resonating on a physical level, and with everything that is your soul energy right now, and you feel that resonance, that frequency, and you can kind of hear it and not at the same time, but just know it, let me know. That's it. And what is that new thing besides power, goddess, freedom, magnanimous? What is that new thing that you know you are this very moment?
Peace.
Peace. Imagine that. When you finally connect with everything there is, you find peace. Peace for real? Is that it? Real peace?
Yeah.
It comes from you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You're the creator of it, aren't you?
Yes.
What if you can see peace in everything right now? Despite of whatever everybody else thinks it is, you see peace within it because you're connected. That is self-love and self-respect, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is everything that you are. Now, completed the full circle. If you pay attention, you're going to be part of every bubble because you are. What you haven't realized is right there in the middle of this perfect connected circle, there's a teeny tiny bubble. It might have a specific color, but everything that was, all the traumas, all the sadness, everything that made you you, but you're ready to let go of right now because you learned, because you have expanded, because you have changed and transitioned right now. And all that baggage have served you now. And you accept it for what it is. It made you who you are. It makes everything so much easier. You know it's going to implode in just a second, right? All those bubbles that are you will just step into it as one, and it implodes. And it can only happen if you finally accept everything you are in this very moment, expanding to your quantum realm that is you, accepting everything that was, because you know it made you who you are right now. On the count of 1, just do it. 3, 2, deep breath. 1, let go. That's it. Feel the peace now. Feel the goddess waking up. Magnanimous pulses all over. A power of you being you on all levels of energy and physical reality that we can feel and touch. Imagine a mirror in front of you where you see the real you now. Try not to smile. Yeah, because she's fucking awesome. She is fucking awesome. Oh yeah. And I got a couple of questions for you. Because connecting everything right now is your responsibility. What you may not have noticed, I never gave you that option before about responsibility, as if you're ready to take it or not, did I? No. But you couldn't be in the position you're in right now unless you actually already took it. So I want you to confirm that you own your responsibility, and only your responsibility, by asking or answering a few questions. Checking time, just to make sure. You guys enjoying it?
Yeah.
Awesome. What is it that you know now about everything that is you that you didn't know before? What is it that you know now about you that you didn't know before?
I have everything I need.
Wow. You do have everything you need, don't you?
Yeah.
Because it's all within.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. It's not just a thought, is it? It's just also a feeling, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Who are you now that you were never before? Who are you now that you were never before?
A giver.
You're a giver. Because you have so much, don't you? You thought you needed things. You have so much because you finally accepted who you are. This is your quest, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why you went through all that shit. That's because you could become who you are now so you can give. Because you have everything you need. So what can you do with your life now that you could never do before?
Share it.
You could share. Isn't this weird? Those answers just pops up easy as nothing. These are deep, meaningful questions that most people will spend a lot of time thinking about on a conscious level, and probably will think in a logical way. And she's answering right now with simplified emotional questions with a power word, which is an emotional layered word that means way more than the words, meaning itself. Give, share everything you need, right? How important are you now, Norma, to the world that you have ever been before?
All important.
All?
All important.
All important. Imagine this, the entire world sees you as important. And you are. Because you have everything you need. So you can share and give. It's time, isn't it? One last question. Being all that you are now, and even more than that, because you know, with all of your self-love, passion, responsibility, acceptance, I want to know, why are you here now? This life, this location, moving forward as you are, why are you here, Norma? Yeah.
To heal my heart so I can heal other hearts.
Yeah. So heal your heart so you can heal other hearts. As a soul, that's a one-step process. As a human, that's half a lifetime. You chose it. Now you know. All that despair, all that frustration, all that, is this really what I'm supposed to do? Turned out to be true. Because you freaking chose it, Norma. So are you telling me right now that you actually know what your life purpose is? Not just as Norma, but in the quest of a soul this very moment. Okay. All of you, I need you to be with me on this one. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On a count of 3, you will be fully present. You can tap in and out of this state and presence right now as much as you want. And you know what? Tomorrow it's going to be even more profound. Because you're it. But I want you to realize something. As you open up your eyes, you'll see an ocean of beings. And I want you to connect with them. Feel the love. And share and give your love. And see how your life is now completely changed. Because you're a heart healer, aren't you? 1, 2, 3. I know.
This is scary.
I know. Just connect. Just connect. Yeah. Now, as you see all of them, what they don't know, what I couldn't have known, is you made this happen. I didn't. I was just passing by. Everybody else just had a brief moment of, let's go into that room. They might think, well, I've heard about this weird Danish guy. Let's see what he's up to. But this was your plan all along.
Yes, thank you for being part of my movie.
Give her a great applause, everyone. Want a hug?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Perfect timing. Thank you. Yeah. Wasn't that fun? Yeah. Did you feel that? How many went with her on the journey? Wow. Did you get some experiences? Yeah. Did you get some insights? You know all the rest of you who didn't put your hands up? You did too. Right? So, here's a promise. Where most people might go, hey, if you want the code for this, if you want the final thing that you need to know to be able to do it, come to my table and pay me $1,000. Otherwise, you can't do it. You know what I'm going to say to that? Excuse me, because I'm Danish and I don't care. Yeah. Because you just saw it, right? I had this idea for a long, long time, but it finally ended up being this. And I love it, right? It's not new, it's parts of many, many, many things being put together and something that suddenly just made sense. So I rewrote, and this is not a lie, I rewrote my entire thing that I was supposed to do 4 a.m. because I had this insight that I knew something like this will happen. So this is yours now. Remember where you got it, right? And if you want the video so you can see it again, you might want to see it because it will enlighten you again.
Yeah.
And I made the entire PDF or whatever handout as well. You can get that when we're done with the conference, you can download all of it free. And then you could go, fuck you, Martin, I don't want your emails. I don't care. Because here's the reason though, this might sound a little bit offensive. I don't care about you. I care about your clients, right? If you're at some certain point in life, meet someone who needs help and you for some reason come up with this and knowing that, wow, this might make sense now, then it's all about them. Don't get me wrong, I love all of you, right? But I care about everybody you meet. And then I care about every person they meet. This is how we heal the world, right? Okay. I'm not really good at doing upselling stuff and stuff like that. I got a couple of books. I got some trainings coming up. I'll be right back at my table in 10 minutes. If you want to come say hi or do whatever, let me know. Otherwise, you can do the QR code, right? So, did you enjoy this? Any questions, by the way? How much time do we have? Do we have a minute or two? 3. Oh, yay. Let's do Q&A. 3 minutes. Come on. What are we doing? Anyone got a question or just a comment? Yes.
Just a comment. I love the question you asked about no matter what you see, no matter what others say, what you encounter in the world.
Yeah.
How would it be if you see peace?
Yeah.
That was really quick. I noticed the changes in her face.
Yes.
A very profound question.
Thank you. And the word beyond that is that extra dimension. That's what I added to it as well. And I want you guys to pay attention to something. Oh, am I in the way, by the way? Like, all right, so use the QR code, but the idiot is standing in front of it. Okay. No, I want you to pay attention to something. I didn't add anything that was emotional to the session. I only asked practical questions about the steps that I was supposed to do, but every single emotional word that I added was her words. You know what? That's why hypnosis should be scriptless, but all about the communication and all about the exchange, because everything I felt like saying without being emotional but guiding was something I felt that this is what I'm supposed to do right now, even though I knew the structure, right? So good you paid attention to that. We still got time for a couple of questions. Yes? Hi.
So, this, is it like for that client, would they get like anything like paper or recording?
Whatever you want to add in between, afterwards, or whatever, yeah. But I think this is for someone who basically needs a kick in the butt. I don't think we have, there's trauma release in this, severe trauma release, or massive. And we need, let's use a positive word, massive, powerful, right? But there's also a lot of parts therapy in it. But there's also expansion. So yeah, I believe it will do the job for somebody who's ready for the next step and knowing what their life purpose is. If there's something else in the way, deal with that and then do this after. Yes, that would be my recommendation. Anyone else? We've got 1 or 2 left.
I have a comment.
Yep.
You're going to love this.
Thank you.
I see auras.
Oh,
Her aura was so stuck around her body, you could barely see, like a silver line. It expanded so much, and you started developing green because you were growing as he was talking. Ah,
Wow.
it wasn't just you. Wait. Your aura started to grow as she grew.
of course we connected. Yeah.
So cool. You're welcome.
Yeah, hey.
Yes.
This is why, you know what? Remember this, when people say, I'm so exhausted, I saw clients all day, well, then you do it wrong.
Right.
You should be on their thrive path, go like all the energy and expansion there is. You should tap into that, right? Because they show you. Yes. One last question, I'll do the thank you. Yeah.
This is just I've seen you and known you for some time, and since 2009, the name of my business has been Quantum Waves.
Oh.
For no accident, and so I just want to thank you for expanding this message, because you're right, we are these feedback loops. And people ask me, how can you see 20 people a week or 24 people a week? Because exactly what you said.
Yes.
You don't take it on, you get into it, you feel it, you expand it, and so thank you so much for allowing your higher self to channel this information for all of us.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.